How's everyone?
Ooh. Oh, shoosh, 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 shoosh. Yeah, so on Tuesday, one of the I think it was the last news thing I got to talk about was that apparently Nintendo is going to be making a live action Zelda film, but it is going to be in collaboration with Sony. And since then, you know, the internet has gone a little wild about it. And so there was I guess these were a couple of the some of the reactions to said film. What's happening, Cyclo? What's good, man? Forgot about the earlier time. Yeah, I apologize, man. I knew it was gonna be a little bit difficult for people. It's just, you know, listen. I know I'm such a man of habit, and then I'm throwing that all into the wind here. So apparently people have been kind of upset about this guy, Avi Arad. Apparently not super excited about it. This first person said, Nintendo making the Legend of Zelda movie with Avi Arad, Wes Ball, and Derek Connolly. Not even if meetings were put together alphabetically should these guys have been your first picks. Who? I don't even know who this guy is, but people have been. He's apparently the. I think he's going to be the guy who's directing the Zelda film. At least that's it right now. That's who's tied to directing it. But people are apparently not super excited about it. So this other person stated, many know that Avi Arad meddled multiple Spider-Man movies series to death. But did you know he also actively held the 90s Spider-Man cartoon back from doing anything artistically ambitious because that might get in the way of it being one big toy commercial? So people have been a little concerned. This next one wrote, if you asked Avi Arad who Zelda was, he'd point to the guy on the cover. Yeah, people were not super excited about the team around this at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree. I feel like, I mean, live actions is kind of a weird thing too. And some people have been very, very excited and lots of things. I mean, there's tons and tons of, you know, reactions and things. Oh my God. So lots and lots of people have feelings about this, just as much as they did when Chris Pratt was cast as Mario in the Mario film. We'll see. I don't know if they actually have done any announcing of who's going to be in it or anything yet, but I just thought, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to, you know, to get a little more information at some point, but as of right now, all we can be is a little skeptical. I know people have been hotly anticipating Grand Theft Auto 6, and apparently, I believe Rockstar has now made an official announcement that there's going to be a trailer next month. Rockstar Games has now sort of made its announcement, but it did come with didn't come with a full Grand Theft Auto 6 reveal as expected. Instead, the developer thanked its fans for 25 years of support and confirmed it would be sharing the full GTA 6 reveal trailer to celebrate its anniversary in December. We are excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with you all. Yeah, essentially. Have you seen some of the crazy fan theories people were having? And to me, I kept on being like, they're just memeing and stuff, but I think there might have been some people who were pretty sincere. But they would like find screenshots like that Rockstar was posting, and they were like, yeah, but I can see the VI in here. Yeah, same. But I've seen, for whatever reason, it's been all over the internet that people have been just speculating about when they were going to announce it and what they were going to announce and what it was going to be and all this stuff. And I usually enjoy a good Grand Theft Auto. You know, I'll go through like the story. This last one had some online play that I got into a little bit here and there, but I mean, not anywhere to the degree that people kept on playing it and doing other things with it, and I never did any of that stuff. But I did have a good time, you know, the story and some basic online stuff. But not anything too crazy. So I mean, listen, I'll totally check out a Grand Theft Auto 6, you know, the trailer when it comes out and everything. We'll definitely check it out. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not like, this is not the game that I'm like waiting on right now. And some people were just, they cannot wait. So I thought this was kind of interesting. They're gonna, you know, they have a kind of an announcement, an unofficial announcement for an announcement that's going to be, you know, a trailer next month. Dead on. Great. Cool. Great. It's not at all stupid. They're basically the same thing. Yeah, and Cyberpunk, it seemed like a much better story kind of game or whatever. And same thing with Red Dead. I mean, I don't know. There's something, you know, just very basically appealing with Grand Theft Auto. There's definitely, I mean, I enjoyed like. So I got into Grand Theft Auto at like 3, and then, you know, and then there was like Vice City, and then there was the San Andreas, and then was there 5 after that? And I think I've gotten through most of those ones. They were fun, like I said. They're not like we're very good. Then 4. Oh, right. I remember 4. Never mind. I take it back. 4. Yeah, 4 was not good. I played 4, though. It was just not great. Yeah, 30 minutes in. I don't blame you. 4 was not good. 5 was okay. 5 was interesting because it gave you like a couple of protagonists. And then it was a pretty game. And it was, you know, there was some things to do. But like I said, I thought 5 was fine. I just wasn't like, when is 6 coming? They've been like, 5 has been out for like what, 10 years now? Has it been 10? Yeah, so it was 10 years this year, which seems crazy, but like I think I played probably less time in Skyrim. The times they've released it has probably been less than Skyrim, but it's definitely been pumped out a bunch of times, which is crazy because they like made like, you know, because it all came out on like because it came out on PS3, then PS4, and then there was a PS5 version, then there was like a single player version, and a online version that you could buy separately. It is absolutely crazy, and for whatever reason people love those games, like to the point where, like I said, they like anything Rockstar was posting, they were just so excited. They could not handle themselves. They were like conspiracies about when they were going to drop the next game information. So next month. So all right, I kind of came across this, and I'd kind of forgotten that this had kind of happened, or that I think it was Marvel kind of talked about this. But at some point, apparently Kevin Feige was going to go and do some Star Wars films, like produce them, I think. But now I think Disney is kind of saying, like, kind of rolling that back, saying that that's not going to happen. The Star Wars films from Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige is officially not happening, despite Disney announcing it back in 2019. Speaking to Entertainment Tonight, Feige finally confirmed reports that his Star Wars film is canceled, though he did talk more about upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe entries, The Marvel, and the incoming X-Men. When asked if Star Wars films was happening, Marvel boss simply replied, "No." This follows a report from March 2023 that suggests both Feige and Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins' Star Wars films were scrapped, and after a lot of mixed messages in general surrounding upcoming projects in the galaxy far, far away. Yeah, this is a big thing. I think Star Wars is definitely kind of trying to figure out where their footing is right now. They've been doing well with their shows. Yeah, the shows have been pretty good, and I think that that's probably why they're kind of stepping back from their big movie things. What was their last Star Wars movie? Was it the was the last movie like the I was thinking it was either that or the other one, the other set of films. Oh, nope, it was the Rise of Skywalker. That was the last one. It just barely beat out Solo. Well, not just barely. Yeah. So yeah, they've gotten to a point where like they can't, there's nothing they can do that's going to be worth putting another film out right now. But Dave Filoni has a film coming out, a Star Wars film. I think that's going to be tied to Ahsoka. James Mangold has one. Taika Waititi. Then there's going to be a Lando film. Rogue Squadron. Potentially. Interesting, very interesting. Lots of good things. Hey, Ron, what's happening? No DST? Oops, let me turn this back down again. I'm actually an hour early today. We are going to see The Marvels tonight, so I was getting a little jump start on this so that way I could make sure I could get the hell out of here. Is Lando a movie or TV show? It was gonna be a show, and then I think they flipped it to a movie. I think that's what they did, right? I think that's what happened. But so all that to say, like, yeah, I don't blame them for like kind of leaning into doing more TV shows instead of movies, because they can kind of take their time on them and write out better stories. Somewhat so. I think the Star Wars shows have been pretty decent. Pretty decent. Obi-Wan was okay. But I think if they would have just done it as a film, it wouldn't have been that great. I don't think so. Just wait for it to go on Disney Plus. Yeah, everything's all on Disney Plus for the most part. Hey Ron, did you ever watch the second Doctor Strange film? What did you think of that one? Because I just brought that one up the other day, and I was wondering why. Not wondering why. I was like, it's not bad. It's not good by any stretch, but it also, I still kind of enjoyed it. Mixed feelings. Yeah, I kind of felt that way too about it. There was something about I think it's Sam Raimi who directed that one. I mean, he's got a very distinct style, so you could definitely feel it. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Disney Plus and Hulu are going to be launching a combined app in beta next month. I'd kind of known, I know Disney and Hulu are kind of or at least I should say that Hulu is owned by Disney or whatever now, but I think this is kind of an interesting idea that they're going to do like a mixed app. If you have both, it's kind of a cool idea. I wonder what it's going to be like. We aren't too far away from getting a glimpse at the previously announced combined Disney Plus and Hulu app. During Wednesday's Q4 earnings call, Disney CEO Bob Iger said the company would open a beta test for the app, which is set to combine the contents of both platforms in a one-app experience for bundle subscribers. The company is still eyeing spring 2024 for the official launch. So yeah, I guess if you have both, you can just kind of scroll through everything then. Hey Casper, what's happening, dude? How you doing? Mixed feelings about everything. I need an adult. Yeah, how are you, friend? Yeah, the one app experience will be available to those who subscribe to the Disney Plus and Hulu bundle, which is pretty interesting because I think I have Disney Plus and Hulu as like two separate things. And they're not gonna let me do both. What's in Hulu? Hulu is like a lot of Fox's stuff, so anything that was kind of like under Fox's umbrella is in Hulu mostly. I usually have Hulu just for they have all of Futurama and stuff on there, so I use it mostly for that. Yeah, Casper, I was gonna ask also, how have the Nuggets been doing, friend? My Cavs have been getting slapped around all over. It's where they buried the corpses of Futurama. Yeah. Yep. And they're getting 2 more seasons. So I was surprised. Vash was asking on Tuesday about how the new season was received. I was shocked at what I was looking it up, and they were like, it was received pretty good. And I was like, we must have been watching 2 different series. The new season of Futurama it was okay. Very okay. Missed your appointment. Couldn't find the place and they wouldn't pick up your calls? What the hell? That sucks, man. That is so weird for a professional place to be like, not pick up your calls. Weird, man. I'm sorry to hear that. But so yeah, I guess I was saying that I have kind of both things a little bit, and so am I not going to be able to get into the one app experience because I'm not part of the bundle plan, but I have both? It seems stupid. And they loved it. Yeah, I mean that's essentially what it felt like. I was looking at like 3 or 4 different sites, and each one was like they would either be like it was okay, or like it was really good, or it was just, I was like, it was very mid. It was not very good. I don't know. I didn't get that. I'm still excited for you to see it though, Cyclo, just because I want to know what you think about it. I'm gonna laugh when you watch it and you're like, it was actually pretty good. And then I'm gonna really question a lot of things. Disney is in talks to license more content to Netflix, but not Marvel or Star Wars. Disney is still in negotiations to add more of its content to Netflix, but when it comes to its core brands, it's not sharing. During Wednesday's Q4 earnings call, damn, this earnings call is really coming back again. One of the investors pointed out that Warner Bros. Recently started licensing its tentpole content, most notably 8 DCEU movies, to Netflix, and asked Disney CEO Bob Iger if the House of Mouse might do something similar. While Iger noted that they are going to continue to license out some of their content to Netflix, this won't include major brands like Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar. Oh, my precious. Yeah, that's essentially they not giving up the ring, man. Yeah, but I also I don't know. I was gonna say I get it, but also kind of I don't. Like, don't you want more people to have access to stuff like that? Like I saw I think like the Mario movie is going to Netflix soon, so if you didn't get to catch it on like whoever owns Peacock, what is that, NBC? Not NBC, ABC? What is Peacock? CBS? I don't know. And then you can just send that all out. NBC. All right, I was right. All right, on the first one. But yeah, so then they're like, yeah, if you didn't catch it on Peacock or whatever, then you can check it out here or whatever. Like, yeah, that's a good move. Dune was doing the same thing. They put that onto Netflix. Jerks. That's true, Casper. That is a jerk move. Cornering the market, bro. It's not even that good. Not even cornering in any good way. What studio is Dune on? I thought Dune was Warner Brothers, but I could be wrong. Oh, it is Warner Brothers. Yeah. Yeah, Warner Brothers apparently is doing a lot of that kind of stuff where they're kind of sending stuff over to Netflix now. Yeah, and Dune is over on Netflix right now too, which is really cool. So if you haven't seen it and you do have Netflix, you should check it out. It's super good. A Haunting in Venice. Oh, that movie looked pretty good. I know it's in a series. It's from like a series of like movies too, though. But yeah, it looked great. I actually wanted to check that out at some point. They just want Timothy all over the place. That's true, man. You gotta spread your Timothy everywhere, bro. Yeah, I just thought that's, at least they're doing something. But yeah, I'm going to see the Marvels tonight though. And I've seen a couple reviews, and some of them were like, hey, this was pretty good, like, a nice little refresher from like Marvel kind of not being super great. And then there was one dude who I watched that I think his opinion is usually pretty valid, that was like, oh, this was terrible. I was like, oh, damn. So I'm pretty interested to see how I'm actually going to feel about it. I'll drop some thoughts, some spoiler-free thoughts too, in the Discord afterwards. So I don't even know what I'm getting into yet. The Hollywood actors strike is going to be ending today. Yeah, actually today, as the SAG-AFTRA reach a tentative deal with the studios. So this is, recently the writer's strike came to an end after a deal was made, but now the Actors Guild is going to be their strike is going to be ending now as well. So pretty huge stuff. What do I gotta dodge, man? What's up, Gaster? Yeah, Gaster. That's right. What's up, Gaster? How you doing, man? Going to see the Marvels on Saturday with your sister, man. I'm excited for it. It looks legitimately pretty good. How you been, Gaster? What have you been playing lately? I get to I usually get over to do some lurking every here and there, and I never do get enough time with people. After more than 100 days and 2 rounds of negotiation, SAG-AFTRA and Hollywood studios have finally reached a tentative deal to end the actors' strike. In a statement reported on the various Hollywood trades on Wednesday, SAG-AFTRA announced the strike would officially end at 12:01 p.m. on Thursday, with the Guild's negotiation committee voting unanimously to approve the deal. The deal will now go to SAG-AFTRA's national board for approval on Friday, and then it'll also need to be ratified by the Guild members. But in the meantime, they are free to return to work. I have like too many games. Well, what have you been playing lately, like in the past? What's the last couple of games you've been playing? You should be sorry. No, you should never be sorry for if you miss a stream, man. You don't ever have to be sorry. Zelda, how has that been? I've done a little bit in that game. I still haven't got into it as much as I'd like to. It's in an announcement that's been widely anticipated, says to say the least, with SAG-AFTRA and AMPTP, which represents Hollywood studios, meeting continuously over the last few weeks. Most recently, in a statement late on Tuesday night, SAG-AFTRA said they spent 10 hours deliberating that day, ironing out some of the key measures like artificial intelligence. At 118 days, it marks the end of the longest strike in SAG-AFTRA's history, surpassing 1980 strike, which lasted 95 days. Great news for TV shows and movies. Yes, that's a lot of those kinds of things. We're finally getting back to all of the content can become all of the content. Amazing game. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it so much. They're doing a live action Zelda. Yeah, we were just talking about that, and they're doing it in collaboration with Sony, which is wild. I cannot believe that is what they're doing. And then apparently a lot of people have a lot of feelings about the team that's going to be kind of working on it, including the director. Won't spoil, but Loki season 2 is dope. Yes, I've seen everything except for the last episode at this point. I don't know when I think the last episode drops today at some point, but I probably won't get to check it until tomorrow. I've actually really liked it as well. They didn't outline any of what the deal is going to be kind of including right now. But if I do get something like that, we'll go over it next week. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I am very happy this is finally done. We're finally going to be moving on with content again. Hey, Nietzsche, what's happening? How you guys? How are you doing? Tonight is 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, for Loki. Yep. Yeah, our movie is at 9:40 tonight, which is pretty late. But we are in Central. I think that's is it 8 or 10? It's one or the other. I can't tell. I can never remember. But yeah, our movie's a little late, so we are definitely we're definitely gonna be missing Loki tonight. Cool, let's keep on going. This next one is the trailer for the new Ghostbusters film. That's right. So apparently, I think there was a Ghostbusters a couple years ago called like Afterlife or something like that, and I believe this is a sequel to that, which does contain some of the original Ghostbusters. So this is just a little teaser. Afterlife, yeah, I actually heard that it was pretty decent. Like it was not bad at all. And I think it's just you kind of got to go into it knowing that it's not the original, Ghostbusters. It's a little different, but I think it's pretty good. 36 hours to do so. Yeah, very, very cool. More of a story. Nice. So cool. I want to show you guys this trailer real quick, and then we'll see what's going on.
I'm telling you, it's going to be another hot one out there. In fact, there are heat alerts in effect for New Jersey, feeling like 100 degrees.
What is that?
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself. Your veins turn to rivers of ice. Your bones crack. And the last thing you see is your own tear ducts freezing up.
Like, literally scared to death? So cool.
All right. So definitely pretty interesting looking. It does not look too bad. Be vibing. Hey, love to hear it. Yeah, like I said, I'd not seen Afterlife, but it looked like it was gonna be pretty good. Yeah, blending, exactly. I feel like that's kind of the point of Afterlife, is they're kind of doing a blend where it's not like we're just completely, nixing all the OGs, but they're kind of doing a little bit of both, so that way there can be some overlap. It was the old ladies Ghostbuster, which I did not see, so I have no opinion. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I think it would be worth checking out. Plus, there's a pretty good cast in there. I think the young kids are pretty good. Paul Rudd, listen, you can't go wrong with Paul Rudd. Didn't even bother with that one. We don't talk about that one. Oh no, so it must have been not that great, huh? I just know of it. I've never seen it. Dang, I didn't realize it was gonna be that bad. I don't know. So yeah, I thought that looked pretty cool and kind of an interesting take where they're doing kind of a Frozen thing, right? Instead of instead of kind of just a straight ghost thing, doing kind of a whole kind of a different take than I would have expected. I think that's an interesting move. Controversial chat service Omegle is going to be shutting down as founder acknowledges unspeakable heinous crimes. Interesting. I know very little about Omegle. I understand a general idea of what it is, but heinous apparently. Apparently heinous, unspeakable crimes. For having different opinions of these, yeah, it's wild, Casper. It's about time. A lot of sus things, really. Vash sent me something. There's a guy on Omegle who was not being kind of weird or sus or anything, but he it was a guy who, as soon as you would like connect with him, he would take like the first couple of things that you said and like make a song out of it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Is that a video? It's like a video chat service, but it like, I think it randomly connects you with people. So you just like go on and then it will randomly connect you with somebody and you can move on and go talk, and it'll just randomly connect you to another person, and vice versa. So Omegle, the popular, albeit extremely controversial online chat service, is shutting down after 14 years. Heading to omegle.com, users will be greeted with a lengthy statement announcing the closure with no access to the chat or video features that it was known for. In the statement, the founder offered an explanation for its closing the site. It was no longer sustainable financially nor psychologically to continue operating Omegle, he said. While Omegle had some benefits, allowing people to connect with others from different cultures or even find love, it was the subject of controversy and serious legal and ethical concerns. Most notably, it became a breeding ground for sexual predators who used the platform to communicate with minors. All right, that does sound pretty bad. In 2021, a lawsuit was filed against Omegle, accusing the website of pairing an 11-year-old girl with a sexual predator. As journalist Jason Kubler pointed out, Omegle shutdown was part of a settlement in this sexual abuse lawsuit. Oh, wow. Who'd have fucking thought? There can't be no honest accounting of Omegle without acknowledging that some people misused it, including to commit unspeakable heinous crimes, Kay Brooks wrote. The battle for Omegle has been lost, but the war, including the internet, against the internet rages on. Yeah, whatever. The rest of it's probably not that interesting. But so, yeah, I guess if you were a huge Omegle person, it's going to be shutting down. And also, probably for good reason. Yeah, allowing people to kind of just be on there for, whatever age, and allowing people to kind of just connect with everybody. Minors access to that, right? Because there's no way, but there's no good way to man, I don't know. I try to think of like, how do you kind of limit those things, but I feel like it's so difficult. Yeah, but then you're also just making people susceptible to, platforms like Omegle, where they can be very young and then have quick access to somebody who is not looking out for their best interests. It is a scary place. So listen, I never used Omegle, so this is not a sad day for me, but I think, there might be a couple people who used it, and I know a couple people who, like I said, that video Vash sent me, where it was legitimately like a person who was having fun and not being, you know, weird or creepy or anything, just kind of making content and stuff on there. You know, kind of, that seemed like legitimate uses for it, but few kids on online gameplay, personal information. Oh my god, yeah, that's never a good deal. I'd be freaking out. Yeah, that's so yeah, you have to be very careful when you're on the internet. Protecting somewhat of your identity is better than not. And yeah, just giving people great access to yourself is can be a little bit of a bad idea. Some people think woke is a good female lead and race swapping and talking about toxic behavior for men. Listen, She-Hulk, not that bad. I thought that show was pretty decent. Not great, of course, but not too bad. People were very wrapped up in like the way that they kind of consumed a specific thing. You know, like comics are such a great thing for that. So if they consumed like a comic book hero, you know, a very specific way, and if it changed, you know, they're like, what the hell, you can't do that. I mean, you can. They can do whatever they want. Never got to finish, and then suddenly it wasn't. Yeah, it was very hit or miss for me as well, Ron. I think it wasn't like it just was like bad. It was just kind of like, okay. And if I'm gonna invest in a show like that where it's like a handful of episodes, I'll usually just finish it out and see if I enjoy it. Law is not much your thing. It was very light on the law stuff. I was wishing it was kind of be a little more, actually. The tone halfway through, it was very, very, it was pretty abrupt. You're not wrong. Like that, I thought it was okay. It was the final episode is the most wild bonkers thing I think that Marvel has tried to do. I think it's worth getting through just to watch to the end, just so that you can be like, what the hell did I just watch? Another handheld you cannot afford. Trust me neither, man. So, if you guys knew, the Steam Deck came out, what, like 2 years ago now? And Valve has just announced a minor update to the Steam Deck, which is going to include a new OLED screen, improved battery life, and more things like that. That's something we don't see. Yeah, but they didn't lean into it hard enough, Ron. Make a cheaper one. Okay. Over a year after making portable gaming PCs a mainstream gadget, Valve has announced the next iteration of the Steam Deck. With a release date of November 16th, the Steam Deck OLED will feature an enhanced OLED display, better audio, and a handful of quality life improvements. It'll also feature what looks to be a big boost in battery life, with Valve claiming an estimated 30% to 50% improvement over the launch version. Steam Deck OLED models will be available in two storage configurations, 512 gigs and a terabyte, which will cost $549 and $649 respectively. And just like its predecessor, Steam Deck OLED includes a micro SD card slot, and the pre-orders are opening next week. She-Hulk was not that bad. Yeah, like I said, I didn't think it was that bad. It definitely was not that bad. I thought it was fine. Dropped the ball halfway through. That's my beef with She-Hulk. Yeah, that's fair, man. Yeah, I know, Cyclo. I know. You know what's even more sad was they're doing a limited edition version with a semi-clear case or shell, and then underneath some of like the joysticks and some accents and stuff had like a nice really orange tint to it. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, I'll probably jump into one eventually too. I may wait until the Steam Deck 2 comes out though. Some boring moments and some bad writing. Yeah, true, and that's what I was saying. I think She-Hulk was okay. It was okay. It was just okay, you know. Off to the rat race. Hey, thank you so much for coming and hanging out, Ron. I'm glad you got to hang out for a little longer today, my dude. Yeah, have a great day, dude, and I will see you soon. Love you, man. In December, maybe? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Especially with these new ones, you have a much better option to get into a slightly upgraded Steam Deck. I think that they got a new processor as well, a slightly new processor. I think they're saying like the get a $400 one. Yeah, the $400 one is not an OLED version, so I get it though. But I think so. I was gonna say I don't need a BV OLED one. Yeah, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think they were saying that the processor is slightly different, but the performance is about the same. The only thing that one of the big things with the new processor is it is allowing some extra battery life though. Just want to play some indies on it. Yeah, that's a perfect use case for it. But yeah, I think this is just it's a pretty cool little refresh. Nothing too crazy. You know, I know Cyclo is a little upset, but you know, listen, I made the jump just a little bit ago for a Switch OLED, and I love it. I think it's great. I don't think that it's a necessity. So, you know, I totally get that it doesn't have to be an upgrade you have to get into, but if it is something that you are interested in, it is worth noting that they are very similarly priced. So, seen a video on YouTube saying Phase 4 and 5 suck because they don't have no direction and it doesn't blend with it. Not because it's woke. Yeah, I think that there's some like, I feel like people say like it sucks, and I feel like that's not. Yeah, I feel like it's not. I don't feel like it sucks. I feel like it's just, it does feel a little bit directionless right now, but I feel like, you know, it's so early, right after like all the Thanos stuff, people were just like wanting that so quickly, like we should be having another big thing happening right away, and like no, you gotta kind of, you know, they're getting there. So listen, I've heard pretty decent things about the Marvels so far, so we'll see. And Loki season 2 been pretty good, so you know, maybe they're back on their upswing here, hopefully. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff. Oh yeah, here's the limited edition one. Jesus Christ, tell me this. It looks a little more red in this picture, but I think it's actually kind of orange. Look at how fucking absolutely sick this thing is. Oh my god. Yeah, I love all these little details underneath the shell and stuff that you can see into, like the grill, but you can see a little bit underneath the shell too. Power button, I think all the power buttons are like an orangey red now, but now they're all ooh, yeah. It makes a nice smell too. Yes, that's what I want. Yeah, I just like that. It's pretty cool. But I believe that, yeah, this is like a limited edition version. Costs $30 more than the regular 1 terabyte model. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully they'll do something where you can get some translucent case and stuff afterwards. Yeah, I think the Steam Deck and a Switch are really good 1-2 punches of being very, very similar form factor, but then also kind of being a little bit different because of the kind of games you can play on them. But yeah, this is very cool. I think this is, like I said, a nice little refresh, a little update. Because it is also Thursday. I know you guys may not have realized. There's a new free game on the Epic Game Store this week, and I believe it is a game called Golden Light. Let me see if I can find a trailer for Golden Light. Why are you taking me to YouTube TV, you son of a bitch? Golden Light trailer. I guess this is it. All right, well, let's take a look. So this is the trailer for the free game on Epic Games right now. Excuse me, what? What the hell? Well, that was a little weird. Gonna go ahead and say it. So this is the free game on Epic right now. So if you have Epic, or you have a PC, you would like to get into it, go ahead and check it out. It's free for the week. I'm sold already. I'm glad for you. That seemed very strange. Oh my. Just a couple more, and then I guess we'll get into some. I'm gonna play some Humanity to round out the stream here. Then, so this is for Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is gonna be on Netflix. I think it's just a movie. I think it's a movie. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out, Gaster. Have a great stream, friend. I was trying to see if they actually send. Hey, maybe it's gonna be a series. I don't know, but this is a little teaser for that, and we'll go ahead and take a look.
Time is a funny thing. The past, the future. It all gets mixed up. There's only one way to keep it straight. Always remember who you are.
Interesting. Without really knowing much of the original, I mean, it looks fine. I think it looks okay. I don't know. Maybe people are going to be real upset about it, but it looks fine. Doesn't look as bad as M. Night Shyamalan's movie, you know? So pretty fine, you know? Looks pretty good to me, so. Like I said, I thought it was a movie, but maybe it's gonna actually be a series, which would be probably not a bad idea to do a little series of it. Okay. So Jared Leto has become the first person to legally climb to the top of the Empire State Building. I know, what a weird thing to happen. Tweeted by the Empire State Building Twitter account, they put, in 1933, King Kong climbed the Empire State Building. In 2023, Jared Leto took his place. Wow. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, this is some kind of weird publicity stunt thing. I'm not exactly sure what happened yet. I don't know. Jared Leto is such a weird fucking person. But there's a little video. Let's yeah, we can kind of take a look here. So apparently he was just climbing the outside of the building. I think your boy started right here and climbed up. I hate to break the illusion that he climbed the whole building. I don't think he fucking did. I think he started right fucking here and went up. And he's bro's tethered in and everything. Like, come on. That's it. All right, that was so abrupt. If you're wondering what exactly Leto is doing up there, it was apparently an attempt to promote his band 30 Seconds to Mars upcoming world tour, in addition to just crossing that item off his bucket list. The building is a testament to all the things that can be done in the world if we put our minds to it, which is largely the inspiration behind our most recent album, If the End of the World, But It's a Beautiful Day. Wow, way to work that one in there, Jared. Leto was climbing for about 20 minutes, scaling floors 86 to 104, and ended up nearly 1,300 feet in the air. Wow, see? He barely climbed shit. I mean, listen, I'm not taking anything away from the dude. He, you know, obviously I would never do this shit, but good for him. And I thought this was weird. I figured you guys should see it. Speaking of weird, The Rock says he was actually approached by political parties to see if he would run for president. That's right. Did y'all want the Rock to become the president of the U.S.? Because apparently he was asked if he actually would. Apparently, after Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson floated the idea of running for president years ago, political parties actually took that quite seriously. Right? Dude, I don't know. Shit is so weird. Reality is such a strange concept now. The Black Adam star revealed in an interview on the first episode of Trevor Noah's new podcast that several political parties flocked to him last year and asked him if he would ever run for president of the U.S. He spoke about the experience after Noah brought up a 2021 poll that said 46% of people would support him if he campaigned for the White House. That was an interesting poll that happened, and I was really moved by that. I was really blown away, and I was really honored. I'll share this little bit with you. At the end of the year in 2022, I got a visit from the parties asking me if I was going to run or if I could run. Yeah, I could not believe that was. It was a big deal, and it came out of the blue. It was one after the other, and they brought up that poll, and they also brought up their own deep dives research that would prove that should I ever go down that road. It was all very surreal, and because that's never really been my goal has never been to be in politics. As a matter of fact, there's a lot about politics that I hate. Same, friend. Wow. So, this is just a strange thing. Listen, I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger became like the governor of California. So, politics is all just made up shit anyway. So, but yeah, listen, if you guys were hoping for Rock to run, I think it's off the table. I think he's already said that he's not going to do it, guys. So I'm so sorry to break that to you. Even if 46% of people would support him, that's fucking ridiculous. Overwatch style shooter Star Wars Hunters has been delayed again. I don't even think I knew what this was. There's so many Star Wars games that I think are just out in the ether that I legitimately forget about what is what and who's who and where is where. Star Wars Hunter, the Overwatch-esque squad-based PvP shooter from Zynga, coming to Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android, has been delayed to 2024. Zynga posted an update on Twitter announcing the delay to a generic 2024 without proving anything more specific. The announcement comes a year and 4 months after the publisher released an incredibly similar post delaying the game to 2023, which is obviously no longer happening. Great. Star Wars Hunters was delayed to ensure the development team could meet that highest level of quality, Zynga said, but just like last year, it didn't offer more specifics. So apparently this is just like a Overwatch kind of ripoff, but Star Wars related. Cool. Sounds really promising. I don't even think I understand what the point would be. Yeah, well, I'm almost sad about this, but I'm not, so I'm gonna move on. And lastly, this is the last one. I didn't actually have that much news today, which is kind of nice after like 2+ hours last week or last Tuesday. Nice to be kind of tying this up pretty quickly here again. Xbox update is going to make it very clear if a game you play is leaving Xbox or the Game Pass soon. Microsoft has released a handy Xbox update that makes it nice and clear if a game you play is leaving Game Pass soon. As reported by Pure Xbox, players will now be presented with a pop-up message when they go to play a game that will leave the subscription service. The game is leaving Game Pass after November 15th, or whenever it would be leaving. The current message reads for this month's departures. This game will no longer be part of Game Pass library. Added to your wish list so you'll know if it comes back or goes on sale, or buy it now for up to 20% off to keep playing. Which is, fine. I feel like that's fine. I was coming down here and I saw that they were, the less wholesome part of this is Microsoft is steering players towards actually buying the game. And of course, though it is an undeniably useful feature regardless, and many users will want to continue playing their games, Microsoft also offers Game Pass games for 20% off if bought proper. So players will now have a heads up to buy their games before they go back on full price sale. Okay. I think that's fine. Like if you're gonna kind of be like, hey, it's leaving at this point, and if you do want to keep playing it, at least get it for 20% off. Like that's pretty worth it if you ask me. And if you're like, well, no, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, okay, well then don't buy it. Nobody's saying you have to buy anything, but for them to kind of give you the heads up that it will be leaving and gives you that extra, I guess, extra 20% off. Good deal. So I just thought this was a kind of an interesting extra, thing, that I think Microsoft doesn't actually need to do. But gives people a little extra something. Nice. So just nice little pop-up when you start the game. So very, very cool. Cool. I think that's gonna do it for news stuff today. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna be playing a little bit of Humanity, and I'll see you over on the other side.